I have lived a life where no help could be given me. No help could be given my soul on the personal level. Most of you know that when my little girl had not turned 4 yet, I found a lump in her right leg. And I took her to the pediatrician, and he said it's probably just a knotted up muscle, not to worry. A couple of weeks went by, the knot was still there. My family lives in Memphis, so we flew to Memphis, and we decided to go see a pediatric surgeon for a second opinion. And he put his hand on that lump in her leg, and he said, "This needs to be biopsied. We'll operate immediately." And before I knew it, we were in the children's hospital there. And he came back in the room after her surgery, and he said it's rhabdomyosarcoma, a solid tumor, a childhood cancer, and it must be treated aggressively with chemotherapy. But first we're going to remove this long muscle in her thigh. And they did that surgery at the children's hospital. And then they put her in an ambulance and took her to St. Jude's. That was the lowest day of my life, when we settled her into the bed at St. Jude's, because you could not escape the hallways full of bald children, pale as death, terrified parents. It was awful. She lived 3 years. That was the prognosis for that tumor in those days. And after her death, no help could be given to me personally. People wanted to, but it couldn't reach my soul. My brother said it was as if my soul was bruised, like I put up an iron wall with steel spikes. In order to survive, I had another child to raise, and he, by the way, suffered and continues to suffer for the trauma that our family went through. It blew our family apart. My husband grieved separately. I grieved separately. My son grieved separately. And this is a grief that is not lifted during a human incarnation. It is lifted to some extent. I never stopped functioning. I never had a breakdown. I never turned to drugs or alcohol. I turned to the ancient wisdom. And I found Vernon Howard, who was medicine for my bruised soul, because he didn't pull any punches. I didn't need anything but the worst, severest medicine like my daughter had been given. And Vernon Howard delivered that to me, and I'm passing it on to you. After he died, he came to me in a dream. And in the dream, he held up his hand like this, and I put up my hand, so his hand and my hand were touching. And he read me a contract in the sense of a soul contract. That's all I remember. That's been about 25 years ago. And what I do is write endlessly from my gut. I write honestly and simply, just the way I'm talking to you. I say, I'm a wounded healer with no hopes of healing, but out of the wound comes a certain healing that I can give to you if you're interested. Not by seeing you in person, but by writing and by making these talks. Namaste.